I saw all your comments on my last video asking about my crudite, so today I'm showing you exactly how I put it together. If you're new here, I'm Seth, and I'm a personal chef in the Hamptons, and a crudite platter is something I make a lot for my summer menus. I usually keep my crudite boards to a core set of veggies that I love working with, but every now and then I'll throw on something different, just depending on the season and what's available. So first up, we have bell peppers. Now, I like to get two different colors just to kind of break it up a little bit. First, you're going to trim the top and the bottom to expose the ribs. You just need to take a little bit off. Then just make one slit down the side and run your knife around the inside to lift out the core. From here, you can cut the pepper into 3 or 4 pieces that are pretty flat to work with. I like to cut those in half and then make another half cut, but this time on the bias, so you get these nice pointed edges. The idea here is to create as much dimension as we can with all of our vegetables. Then just do the same thing for the red bell pepper. Next up, we have our cucumbers. So today I'm using the English cucumber. Sometimes I'll grab the small Persian cucumbers. It really just depends. So we're going to cut those into thirds, then into halves, then into quarters, and then again we're going to slice on a bias to get that nice sharp point. Sometimes with the last portion, I will cut them into discs just to kind of change up the variety. Next, we have endive, and it's really simple. You just have to trim the base. Sometimes you have to take a little bit more off to get them to release, but then just peel the petals off. And sometimes if it's too big, you can just cut them right in half. Next, we have our carrots. For me personally, if I'm eating them, I will not peel them. I believe that they are totally fine when they're cleaned very well. These are cut in a very similar way to the cucumber, so I like to just cut them in half, then in half again, and then one final bias cut so we get those nice sharp edges. Today at the farm stand, I found these little carrots. They're not Thumbelina, which is a different variety of carrot. I was just told that they just didn't grow to their full potential, but they still tasted great. So I quartered a few and then made some discs as well. Next, we have a beet. This is a raw golden beet, and I feel like they're not enjoyed often enough. I love the taste and I love the texture, and I think they're perfect for dipping. Those just get sliced, as well as our watermelon radish. Now today I'm using the watermelon radish, but if you have access to breakfast radishes, you can just cut those in half. Sometimes I like to leave the tops on. It really just depends on what I have access to. So now that all the vegetables are cut, we can start to think about assembly. No matter what shape your platter is, we'll use the same method to arrange it. Start by choosing where you want your dip vessel to go, whether you're using a bowl or a coupe. That's going to be the anchor of the whole platter, and your eyes are going to be drawn to that point first. For the veggies, I like to start with cucumbers and carrots first, since they're similar in size. I put about 5 anchor points down around the dip vessel because odd numbers tend to look more balanced. Then I just layer in the peppers and the endive, the radish. A little trick to create more depth is to flip around the cucumbers and the peppers to expose the different colored and textured skins, which creates just more variety within your whole platter. Then I like to tuck in some greens, so today I'm using mint and dill, but you could use radish tops, carrot tops, any other soft herb. I think it's just nice to focus on the odd number rule, so 3 points of herbs or 5 points of herbs just creates a more balanced look. And that's it for assembly. Today I'm pairing my crudite with some hummus from the farm stand, which was great, but if you're making this ahead, I've put all my storage tips in the caption below. And with that, crudite class is now dismissed. Be sure to tag me if you recreate this for yourself. I would love to see everything, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.